Hey guys, well it's the 29th of April in 2025 and today I'm going to make you a guided tour and help you to book your Auschwitz trip. I'm going to tell you the problems that you'll have after you've booked your Auschwitz trip, the problems that can arise with Auschwitz bookings, and just help you to book your Auschwitz trip and tell you some useful tips and recommendations and tell you the scams to avoid as well when booking an Auschwitz and Birkenau trip. So every single day I'm getting messages. I'm a tour operator here in Krakow. I organise trips to Auschwitz and Birkenau, to Wieliczka salt mines, to Zakopane, to the shooting range and all different things for tourists. And every single day I get messages from people saying, oh, I've been cancelled at the last minute, my trip's been cancelled at the last minute, and they've had an email through and it says reasons other, and it's cancelled their trip to Auschwitz and Birkenau. Now, this is a very, very big problem because when your trip gets cancelled at the last minute, that means that there's no tickets available and you're not going to be able to go to Auschwitz and Birkenau in the next days, because Auschwitz and Birkenau is one of the most popular tourist attractions in the whole world. It's very, very popular. So I recommend you book your Auschwitz and Birkenau trip around 2 months before you come to Krakow, to be safe, to make sure that you have tickets for the guided tour. Basically, some various situations happen. So people have been messaged and their trips have been cancelled, but other people have been messaged and their trips have been changed. I met some people, for example, it happens quite often, they picked a pickup time of 10 o'clock in the morning and their pickup time has been changed to 4 a.m. early morning. So it's going to ruin their whole day by getting a horrible, horrible, horrible pickup time. And this has been sprung upon them at the last minute as well, which is even worse. So to eradicate these problems and show you how not to have these problems, I wanted to do this video just to try and help you really before you come here on holiday. So I've even had situations, various problems that have arisen. People have booked a guided tour, they've gone online, booked a guided tour, or with some dodgy tour operators, they booked a guided tour. They arrived at Auschwitz, there was no tour guide available and they were given a guidebook. The tour operator has said to them, I'm sorry, but the guide's cancelled today, which was an absolute lie. Told them a lie or an excuse like that. The guide's cancelled today and give them guidebooks, so they've not actually got what they've paid for. I believe there are a few tour operators that do this here in Krakow. I know which tour shops here are not good, that I would not use. And I know which tour shops here are the good ones to use as well. Myself, I organise trips to Auschwitz and the salt mines for British customers coming over primarily. Our tours are directly in English and we have an English-speaking tour leader on the bus as well. So if you make a comment, and I can leave you my phone number and I can organise your trip for you to Auschwitz and Birkenau, to Zakopane or to the salt mines, and I'll make it all easy for you and I'll make sure everything's 100% booked, so there is no cancellation, so it's absolutely perfect for you. So I've even had situations where I've met people and they've gone into a tour shop here and they've been promised that the tour takes about 6 hours or 7 hours. That's not the truth, because the tour can actually take up to 10 hours. So I don't like to give times to people and make false promises and tell lies to people like that. I'm not giving times to people, but there's tour shops here who use it as a selling tool to close the deal, and they promise a 6-hour trip, and it is not a 6-hour trip to Auschwitz and Birkenau. It takes 1.5 hours to drive from Krakow to Auschwitz for a start. Auschwitz and Birkenau are in 2 different locations, so that's something to bear in mind as well. So you have to drive from Auschwitz to Birkenau. You're going to have a 2-hour guided tour of Auschwitz, a couple of hours at Birkenau and back to Krakow, and there are delays and there are queues to get in sometimes and everything else. I do have access to skip the queue tickets as well sometimes, so if you contact me about that as well on comments, and I can organise trip skip the queue for you as well at Auschwitz and the salt mines. I can organise that with our customers, for our customers. And watch out for the tricks as well that go on here with the tour shops here. There's one tour shop here that has a trick. They have a hut on Siena Street and there's lots and lots of people standing outside the hut, maybe 4 or 5 people. They're acting as if they're looking to book tours and trips. They're pretending it's like an official booking point for Auschwitz and Birkenau, but it's actually a private tour shop and they're selling tours at very, very high prices. So be very, very careful in that situation. They create a situation outside the hut where it looks like a hustle, where there's a lot of people looking to book, like it's a booking point. People get confused and they think it is a booking point. They go inside and they get charged an awful lot of money for a trip. A lady went inside and they told her that it was fully booked in English. They told her that it was no problem to go there in French. So her and her son booked it. And I'm sorry to disappoint them, but Auschwitz is a story. And if you sold a ticket in French and you're English and you don't speak French, it's a very bad experience. And they paid a lot of money for that booking, so they were completely had off. So that's one situation that certainly does happen. Now, why do these problems happen? These problems happen because they are booked with third-party advertising portals. Tourists come here on holiday, and they go on the internet and they go on these websites, third-party advertising portals like Get Your Guide, Head Out, Viator, websites like Civitatis. They're very bad. And they go on these websites, and then these websites have the right to cancel their trip at any time. These websites are not tour shops, they're third-party advertising portals. So they can just, at any time, it's in the small print, you will not see it, but at any time they can cancel your trip, and they normally cancel your trip the day before the departure. If there's many reasons for it. Maybe they've not bought the tickets when they take the booking, they've not actually bought the tickets, which is a bit naughty. I buy the tickets immediately named when we take the booking. There's another reason for it. Maybe they've sold it for more money at their shop to another customer. They actually sold that deal for more money at their shop to another customer, so they've cancelled your booking because you paid less when you booked it online. There's multiple different reasons. There's multiple different reasons why they do it, but it happens a lot. The cancellation rate on these advertising portals is around 50%. It's a very high cancellation rate. So I recommend do not book Auschwitz or salt mines or Zakopane on advertising portals online, or you'll probably be let down and disappointed at a late stage when you're here on holiday, and then you'll be left with no availability at all because they do cancel your trips very often. Another tip, don't book Auschwitz and the salt mines on the same day, because if you book them on the same day, it's an absolute nightmare. They are in two different locations. They are nowhere near to each other. They're a long way away from each other. And Auschwitz is in one direction, the salt mines is another direction. There is no reason to do Auschwitz and the salt mines on the same day. Absolutely no reason at all. What you do, if you do the salt mines on a separate day with a tour operator like myself, it will just take you 4 hours door to door, pick up at 10 and you're back in Krakow just after 2 o'clock. So it's nice and easy. But if you're doing them both on the same day, Auschwitz is already a long day. It takes maybe 8 hours. Some days if you have delays, it can take 10 hours. Auschwitz is a long day anyway. And then trying to get you there in time for the salt mines for the entry time is an absolute nightmare. And you might miss your entry into the salt mines. And then halfway through the day you get people that are trying to pull out because it's such a long day. It's a long day when you do Auschwitz and the salt mines on the same day, and it's not a comfortable experience, so I do not recommend that you do it like that. Another thing to watch out for is that Auschwitz Museum is different to Auschwitz Camp. So if you've booked a ticket to Auschwitz Museum, that's different to the ticket to Auschwitz Camp. That only gets you into Auschwitz Museum. What most of the tourists want to see is Auschwitz concentration camp. Now, with regards to going there, make sure you book it through a tour operator, because a tour operator, like ourselves, we pick you up in Krakow and we drive you there and we drive you home. We drive you from Auschwitz to Birkenau. Now, Auschwitz and Birkenau are two different camps. Some people call it Auschwitz 1 and Auschwitz 2. They're in two different locations, and they are actually 15 minutes drive away from each other. So that means that like it's very important to go with a tour shop, because there's no Bolt there, there's no Uber, there's no online taxis there. There are taxis part waiting there, but those taxis are very expensive. And if you go on your own, you'll have to pay for a taxi to go from Auschwitz to Birkenau when you're there. And also, if you're going from Krakow to Auschwitz, it's going to take you 1 hour 20 minutes in a taxi to get there, which is very expensive. There are trains that go to another city nearby to Auschwitz, but there's no train that goes directly to Auschwitz. It's about there's a train stop, it's about 25 minutes walk away from Auschwitz. So people have been getting off the train at Auschwitz train station and then trying to walk it, but it's 25 minutes walk, and they've been getting lost, and they've had a bit of a nightmare of a day to get there in time for their tour. You know, it's just all the hassle of trying to get there yourself on public transport and getting lost when you get there and trying to get there. It's an absolute nightmare. That, you know, it's not geared up like that with public transport. So I recommend you go as a tour. We pick you up in Krakow, we drive you up there, we drive you back home. It's nice and easy. It's much easier to do it that way. Another thing I wanted to warn you about is you need to bring identification. They don't let you into Auschwitz if you haven't got your photo ID with you. You have to bring your passport with you. You have to bring some photographic ID with you to go into Auschwitz and enter Auschwitz. They're now doing ID checks on everybody on the way in, and you're not going to get away with it going in without identification. You'll be sitting on the bus for the whole day. Another thing I wanted to warn you about is how you should dress to go to Auschwitz. No bright neon logos on your t-shirts, no crazy symbols on the t-shirts or funny remarks on your t-shirts going there. It's to remember, it's all about remembrance, and it's an interesting day out and everything else, but you must dress in a respectful way when you're there at Auschwitz. Now, my opinion is the food places that are based there, just outside of Auschwitz, there's one in the car park, for example, and there's no actual places to eat inside Auschwitz, but there is a restaurant there where you can eat just by the car park area, and it is very expensive, it's overpriced, and it's poor quality food, so it's kind of like a tourist trap, the restaurant that's there. So I recommend that you get a packed lunch. We organise packed lunch for our customers. We will also, maybe you could bring your own packed lunch as well. That's another option. You can bring your own food with you. Now, requirements for going into Auschwitz: small bags only. You're not allowed to bring big bags. So if it's your last day and you're going home, the big bags will have to stay on the bus. There are some lockers there in Auschwitz as well, but you can only bring small bags the size of an A4 piece of paper inside Auschwitz. So this tour is taken from the main market square of Krakow. This is called the Rynek Główny in Polish language. Straight ahead we have St. Vortex Church in the middle. You see the white one with the green roof. We actually run a pub crawl from there every night, a bar crawl with 1 hour free drinks and 1 free vodka shot at every single bar. I can get you a discount on the bar crawl as well, guys, if you want to make a comment. And I'll send you my phone number for WhatsApp, and I can get you a discount onto our daily bar crawl. It's a really good night out. They'll show you all the best bars here and the best nightlife here as well. It's also good to see the nightlife with our party hosts, because they know where the best parties are here. It's not easy to find where the best bars are here and the best clubs are here when you come here yourself on holiday, because some of them are underground, some of them are up above. So that's why I recommend to do it with our bar crawl, and I'll get you a discount. So you'll only pay about £17 each to go on the bar crawl, and you'll get your 1 hour free drinks: whiskey, rum, vodka, gin, beer. It's all free for 1 hour in the power hour at the start of the night, so you get that money back from your power hour. Now, the best day trip we offer, the best excursion we offer, is Zakopane and the thermal baths. It's just, that is real Poland. It's very traditional. And the thermal baths are one of the best in the whole of Europe. It's a brilliant day out. We pick up about 8 o'clock in the morning every morning from Krakow, and we do a very good trip there. If you want information about that, again, just make a comment, and I'll tell you about our Zakopane trip. We do a really good trip there because you also go Polish cheese tasting on the same day. We take you Polish alcohol tasting on the same day as well. And we take you to Gubalówka Mountain. We organise your tickets to go up and down on the funicular railway, up and down. We do everything on the same day. And we also do sightseeing city tours by electric car. Well, they look like golf carts, but they're like electric cars. But we do a private tour with a hotel pickup for a very competitive price. And I have a brilliant guide for you. And we'll do you a very good sightseeing city tour of all the most interesting areas of Krakow, like Kazimierz, the Jewish area, the Nazi ghetto, the Christian area. Just show you some interesting areas. Show you Schindler's factory area called Zablocze. Wonderful area with all the museums and art galleries in. Straight ahead in the center we have the Cloth Hall. This is the Cloth Hall from the 14th century. And this tour is taken at the end of April, so the weather is just lovely. It's 22 degrees today. Absolutely perfect weather today. So guys, thank you very much for watching my guided tour today, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Travel with Col, and that's Col with a C-O-L, and you will see more of my guided tours from Krakow on there and from all the Polish cities. And guys, please give likes as well, it helps the channel, and please give some comments as well. Thanks a lot guys, have a nice day, bye bye, thank you.